Hey, it's John from Tinderbox Arts. Do a quick little video today, a review of these bar backs or bar risers for my BMW R1200RT. I have a 2012 model, and I do have the low seat option on mine. And, you know, I got stubby little legs and arms. I can reach the handlebars okay. It's not really an issue. But on a longer ride, I noticed, you know, my back sort of ached a little bit. And I'm thinking just bringing the bars back a little bit might help. So I found this online. I bought this on eBay. The whole kit, it's by a company called Streetrays, and it was $45 delivered. I mean, you really can't beat that. So what they give you are this, you know, aluminum machine blocks, and they seem to be well made. I don't have any issues as far as looking at them. And they give you stainless hardware, so you can use this or reuse the old hardware. And I'm going to mount these up and show you the difference. I'll do one at a time so I can show you the difference, and I'll learn myself. But I'm told I can use my existing cables, that nothing needs to be changed as far as that. They give you a quick little direction sheet here, and really not too difficult to figure out. So we'll mount this and see what it looks like. All right, I don't have a helper to hold the camera here, so I have to do this off camera. But basically there's 3 bolts here. They're torx. And so I'm just going to use a socket to loosen those. There are cables. I'm just going to leave those attached, obviously, and just carefully hold this aside. And then I'll insert the block and start to bolt everything back together again. They do recommend that you use Loctite, so I will do that. But let me just loosen these and see what we got. All right, a couple interesting things I found here. I just have a rag down on the top of the bike so I don't scratch anything. When I took this handlebar off, I actually found some old brake fluid that had drained off here. It could have been really old. I don't know. It was just kind of contained in there. There is a little O-ring here. I just to seal this area here from weather, I guess. The bottom of this, you know, handlebar, or whatever you want to call it, is flat. So, you know, this rubber O-ring seals against that. So the new piece it's on this side. There's also that relief for the O-ring, I guess. So that's going to sit like that. And the new bolts there's a relief area in here for the new bolts, okay? Interestingly, there's 4 of them versus the, you know, stock handlebar, there's only 3. Possibly an older bike had 4, and the newer one has 3, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to use 3 of these, but I'll use all 4 for this. So I'll use Loctite, get that in there. I think the cables are going to stretch, although it's not, it might be a little bit more stretch than I like. I'm going to find out. But all right, I have the right side installed. The left side has not been touched yet. And I'm not really sure how much this is going to come across on camera, but it's more obvious that the bars have come up rather than back, but they have come back. It's going to be interesting to see if this makes that much of a difference or not. The cables are acceptable, I'll call it, not great. The brake line here is a little tighter than I would want, but I think it's acceptable. Even turn to turn, it's not, you know, everything, it's not too much of a stretch on it, but if I had another ½ inch, I'd be happier. But it's okay. So I'll do the other side next, and I'll go for a little ride. But it doesn't look awful. From the riding position, you barely notice them. From, you know, on the side, you can see that the block poking out there, but it's not awful. I can live with it. So, all right, just for a quick little ride here, and let me turn this off. Just went for a quick little ride here, and I'm actually very much impressed, more than I thought I would be. You know, it's funny, you do things unconsciously, you don't realize how you're adjusting yourself to the bike rather than the bike to yourself. What I noticed was in the driveway, it didn't really seem all that different other than being slightly higher. But once I got out on the road, big difference. Before, when I went around a tight curve, I noticed, compared to my other bike that I ride, a Triumph, you know, my turns were a little squirrely. And I wandered around the line a little more than I would like. And I think the reason was my arms were pretty much out straight. So if I needed a little more reach, I would kind of move my shoulder forward. And in doing so, I'm shifting my position on the bike, and my line is wandering a little bit. Now, with these bar backs, my God, I mean, I'm just like on rails. So wherever I want to go, I just point and I'm there. But now I have a little bit more bend in my elbow than I had before. So that really makes all the difference. I have just a little bit more reach, and I don't have to move my shoulder in order to stretch. Even stops, I noticed, made a big difference, because before, again, I must have been stretching my shoulders forward moving my body rather than just my arms when I had to do a hard stop. Now that my hard stops were more confident and definitely straighter. So this has made a big difference. So I do highly recommend these. This particular brand is nothing special as far as what it's made of or how it's made, but they're decent quality and the price is certainly cheaper than anything else I've seen anywhere. So for 45 bucks, if you got shorter arms and you're noticing, your turns a little squirrely or your braking's a little off or whatever, I definitely think it's worth trying these things. Installation couldn't be easier, and I'm actually very pleased with the purchase.